Greetings, people of the world! Matthew back with you here at Novora Autism for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. It is day 37 of 75 for EDSS here in the Realm Reborn, and yesterday we had the opportunity to show off a side dungeon that allows you to be able to complete one of the hunting logs that you can do for the Grand Company that you're associated with. In this case, the dungeon known as Halatali, which is a place where you have to go in order to complete the Grand Company hunting log with the first level for Maelstrom. So with that completed, it now opens up a new level of hunting log, and so all the enemies over here in this list are going to be much tougher. And there's a situation that we are going to have to go to this place, the Sunken Temple of Karn. We're going to have to go to that place eventually too, because that is another side dungeon that we can go to in order to complete this hunting log. But today we're going to take care of some side stuff before we go to the next place where guild levies are available. So it starts here at the Drowning Wench, the Adventurers Guild here in Limsa, and we're going to start by speaking with Itawan because, yeah, there are a couple of things that we can unlock here in this place. So Itawan has a level 15 quest called Rising to the Challenge. Itawan is ill-pleased with the carelessness of the wench's customers. We all know how it feels to have had one too many. That's why I'll not fault our patrons for much of what goes on at our tables. But is it too much to ask that they keep their belongings on their person when they leave? It wouldn't bother me so much if half of them didn't show up a week later, ranting and raving as if their drunken heedlessness was somehow my fault. Take this impressive-looking journal right here. As oft-used as it seems to be, I've no doubt its owner is tearing off the town searching for his prized possession. And so a stranger he was, a swarthy Rogadin who enjoyed his drink. Seems to be getting on well with one of our regulars, Quintanen. Perhaps you could still catch up with him, and spare me the headache. I'd offer you a free drink, but the last time I did that, Baderon docked my wages. And so yeah, Quintanen is actually right here in the Drowning Wench, so let's walk right on over to him and give him a talking to. Mr. Quintanen? Have I seen who? Look, just because I spend more nights at the wench than me own home doesn't mean I'm mates with every soul who comes stumbling through the doors. Wait a minute. That bloody book? Why didn't you say so sooner? The tight-arsed bastard drained 20 flagons and promptly passed out, leaving yours truly to foot the bill. Said he was heading for Aleport. Aye, well, it's the scurvy sop. Nemea Wellen, he's still stranded at the ferry docks, though the gods know it won't help me get Gil back. And so now we have to deliver the journal to the individual. Okay, we do not have Aleport as our port of call yet, so... Oh, hold on. Looks like we can go downstairs to accomplish this. Okay, yeah, he said heading for Aleport, but no, it looks like he's still here in town. So, let's go down to the lower decks then, and go see if we can find this particular individual. Yeah, it's a good thing I noticed that was on the map, that the answer was at the lower decks. Very helpful, because I would have felt like a real idiot if I wasn't able to right my mistake before it was too late. Okay, so, now to run southward, southbound, out towards the main aetherite crystal, and then take a trip to the south. And we're gonna go this way. And how far of a run? Alright, out towards the Fisherman's Guild. So we're gonna keep on running. Yeah, so while I'm running there, it's a very busy day today. This was primarily due to the fact that one of our couriers wrecked his vehicle less than a week after another one of our couriers did the same, and I am going the wrong way. Yeah, so in a span of 2 weeks, 2 of our couriers wrecked both of their respective vehicles. And as a result, the traffic on the way back home from work today was... It was a solid wall. You could not move an inch. It was that crazy and insane and ridiculous that our courier caused that much of a screw-up by screwing up. I'm not necessarily blaming him because we don't know all the facts yet, but yeah, we got the call this afternoon saying from the courier, hey, I wrecked my vehicle. I wrecked my courier's vehicle. So that was rather disappointing to hear that. As I said, twice in as many weeks for our couriers. Alright, Wasteland. If you have business with me, be quick about it. My next ferry and my great adventure await. Well, you're not leaving with this. Or without this. My journal? Why, I thought I'd lost it forever. Pardon my rudeness, friend. Perhaps I should have stopped after 19 flogons. Ha ha! Did you steal a glance at its pages, perchance? No? A shame that. For this book contains, how might I say it, a record of my numerous adventures. Quite the inspiring read if I do say so myself, which I believe I just did. Ha ha! You've the air of an adventure about you, and one almost as accomplished as myself. Had it been you across the table from me at the wench last night, I imagine the tales would have been great, and the ale all the sweeter. And so, were there only some way for me to repay your... Oh, but of course! I have a fresh journal right here that I might as well have your name on it. Why not keep a record of your own, that one day we might regale each other with stories of our deeds? And with that, I shall be off for adventure, and a flagon or 20 of the realm's finest ale. Call me. Fare you well on your journey, and next time you find yourself with a wench, do thank that Helleson fellow for his generosity. Ha ha! And it looks like Ryuichi Inoue was doing the same thing I'm doing. Let's just take the money. Yeah, he's doing the same challenge I was doing. So, away he goes. So now, you have access to the challenge log, which will serve as a record of your adventuring exploits. To open it, select logs from the main menu, followed by challenge log. So, yeah, we will do exactly that. So, with the challenge log, you can take on these various challenges that they offer you. They are range in various respects. Dungeons, guild hests, fates. We'll get to PvP in a moment. But yeah, the more of these things you do, you'll get experience points rewards, you'll also get money for your rewards, and what's really great about this is that this challenge log resets once every week. So if you complete, like say, complete 3 dungeons via the duty roulette, and you've completed that, well, a week later, it'll reset and you can do the same challenge again. So I have to say, it's not easy to necessarily have a situation where you're constantly repeating the same challenges over and over again for the challenge log. I would have expected they would have made higher and higher, more challenging challenges for the challenge log. You know, I'm kind of sounding silly here. So I guess for the most part, we're done right here with this. So we don't need to continue on with that, so why don't we go on back to the Aft Castle, which is the closest aetheryte to the Drowning Wench, which is where our next quest is. Yeah, we're going to start off with simple basic stuff first before we really get into the deep stuff. So, it's certainly been a great opportunity to take this on, because of course I get to show it off for all of you. Alright, so now, off back into the Drowning Wench. I guess I should run because, yeah, it's not going to do me any good just simply jogging there, taking a leisurely stroll. Alright, so we want to speak with Shodibi. I really don't know how to pronounce that. But anyway, she has a level 15 quest entitled, Beauty is Only Scalp Deep. Rumors of a dangerous man about town have Shodibi ill at ease. Yeah, and if you take a look at this guy, he certainly looks intimidating, doesn't he?
You're either a brave man or a fool, friend, to be wandering the streets of Nimsa tonight, what with a slasher of fisherman's bottom on the loose.
Well, that tattoo on his face, I guess that's a name well justified.
You've not heard? There's a madman about! Why, it said he brandished his blade so long and shot that they could gut a whale! No one's seen any blood yet, but that hasn't stopped the rumors from sending shivers of spines in every alehouse in town. That you're still standing before me tells me you don't scare as easily as the rest. Perhaps you could assist me in the investigation? To start with, you might want to look into that scream I just heard outside.
Yeah, there was a scream going on outside. And we got to speak to a disgruntled madam, wherever she may be. So let's put a little spring in my step. Oh, okay. It was actually better for me to go to the left. It was better for me to go this direction. Yes, here is the disgruntled madam right here, a wee little Lalafell.
What are you waiting for? That's him, the slasher! Apprehend him, toss him in jail, throw away the key! Or gut him and feed his life is wanted on the shafts for all I care! Just do something! Oh, woe is me, what did I ever do to deserve this cruel fate? For 6 moons I saved every last skill of my husband's ardent rage, foregoing new shoes and new purse, sometimes even food for our children, all in anticipation of this day. What's so special about today, you ask? Why, this day marks the arrival of a world-renowned aesthetician in Nimsa. My endless patience and self-control were to be rewarded with a hair-raising transformation that would have every fashion-conscious laments and erring and holding in admiration. Instead, I find myself accosted by this lecherous lout. Speaking of which, when you're going to do something about this, go ahead, have your way with him. I doubt he has anything to say for himself. And so, yeah, we want to speak to this flustered man by doing an emote, specifically the doubt emote. And so that's way down the list, actually. I'm going to put it into a hotbar, just because I can. Let's use this one. Yeah, I'm gonna doubt you right now. So, R2 right. Hey, you. Back off! Yeah, I'm pushing my finger into your chest. What are you gonna do about it? Oh, the ignominy of it all! Of course you take her side! For shame! Is there not one sympathetic ear in this entire nation? An artiste of my renown should be welcomed with open arms and a 21 cannon salute! Instead, I am branded a criminal, the tools of my trade, nay, the extensions of my very soul, whipped unceremoniously from my person like barnacles on the side of a frigate! I will not last long in my wicked state. No, even as we speak, the world around me grows dim. With my dying breaths I speak unto you 3 names, 3 kind souls who may yet put right what has gone so frightfully wrong. Forge Master Hanonza of Narmark and Vinvellies, beaten of the Gridanian Carpenters Guild, and Severian, an alchemist in Uldar. If there's an ounce of compassion in you, seek them out and tell them Jandalane sent you. When my soul is restored and my name rightfully cleared, all of Limsa, nay, the entire realm will sing your praises. For I, Jandalane, am none other than the
yes. So now we have people to speak to, but why I do not know. Yeah, this guy is certainly an oddball. And an oddball we have to assist. So, we did not have a choice. If you want to complete this particular challenge, you gotta do what this freak of nature says. And for those of you who are wondering, that was the guy with the picture that had the tattoo on his face. So, gives you an idea of what we're dealing with. Guildmaster Hananza of the Armorers and Blacksmiths Guild.
Jandalane sent you? Let me guess, the balmy fool's lost his tools. Pardon me, the appendages of his very soul again, and is flashing and tossing like the end of days is nigh. The man brings it on himself. If he turned down the theatrics and went about his work like an earnest craftsman, I dare say he'd save himself these misunderstandings. No, I've not a whit of sympathy for the fool. You, however, have my pity indeed for having to play audience to his winging. Anyway, this should shut him up for a while. Tell him that if he loses these, I'll craft the next pair into his bloody hands!
Yeah, how's that for a threat? Anyway, so now I will see you guys over... I'll go to Uldar first, and then we'll go back to Gridania. So, be back in a moment in Uldar. Okay, so we've now made it to Uldar, and taking an Aethernet shard in order to get to the Alchemist Guild, we can now make our way inside and speak with Severian. Because I'm sure this gentleman would like nothing more than to be done with the situation he has on his hands. Oh, and he's actually the Guildmaster here at the Alchemist Guild. Mr. Severian?
You've come on behalf of Jandalane. Why, I just furnished him with the first batch of my special creations last week. I realize the man's services are in demand, but it would be physically impossible for him to exhaust the entire supply so soon.
Stolen, you say? An unfortunate turn of events. Indeed, if not entirely unexpected. Yeah, I noticed he was laughing, so I tried to play along. You see, the man is something of a genius, and genius is often misunderstood by modest minds. Trust me as I speak from extensive personal experience. Yes, great minds must band together in trying times lest the realm be deprived of our talents. And so I command you, deliver this parcel to Jean with all speed. Well, that all speed will be occurring after we go to the Carpenter's Guild to meet with Beaton. So, meet you guys in Gridania in a moment. Okay, so back here in Gridania, where we started this game, it's time to go back to the Carpenter's Guild, which is the crafting guild that I've chosen to start out at. And to be honest, since like 3 weeks ago, I really haven't done much in terms of crafting, which is really a shame, and I should do more of it. So anyway, let's speak with Guildmaster Beaton. A message from Jean Delaine, you say? So he's lost another one. Does the man not understand that wood does not simply grow on... well, actually it does, at least in a manner of speaking, but the fact remains that resources are in short supply. For all his flowery words, if his words were truly an extension of his very being, one would think he would find a way to hold on to them for more than a fortnight or two. Chandelaine's skills are not to be doubted, but his temperament leaves much to be desired. Still, it is not my place to judge. Take this to him, and let us both hope that he will right his ways. So, having received that item, and for those of you who are wondering, he will not speak to me again until I get to Carpenter's Guild level 20. Which, as I said, I need to get back to doing carpentry again, because it's been a long time since I've done it. However, I've been so fixated on doing challenges involving botany that I really haven't had the opportunity to focus a lot on the carpentry aspect, especially because the wood that I need to find, not necessarily where I hoped it would be, which is quite disappointing when you think about it. Anyway, I want to... Oh, hey Mother Moon, good to see you again. Yeah, it's been too long since we've crossed paths with Mother Moon. Might as well just give her a hello before I head off again to Limsa Lominsa. So, anyway, back to Limsa Lominsa. And silly thing I did was that I actually paid airfare to come back here to New Gridania, because I didn't need to do that, because I could have just as easily come back here with the return ability. Because, yeah, New Gridania is still my home point. And so I really don't understand why I chose to do a silly thing and burn 120 gil for no reason when I could have just used the return spell to get back to Gridania for free. Yeah, you don't think about it until it's too late, and then you realize, jeez, why did I not do it the way I should have? You know, those sort of things can happen. As much as we would hate to admit it, these sort of things will eventually happen. They are things that we simply cannot avoid having occur to us, as much as we try to accomplish otherwise, because we are only human after all. So, back to the Drowning Wench, because that of course is the closest spot to where we can find Jean Delaine. Yeah, and when I think of the name of this guy, Jean Delaine, it reminds me a lot of the name of a Canadian beauty magazine that's very popular called Chatelaine. And yeah, I know the spelling would be different, but yeah, it's a very popular beauty and fashion magazine up here in Canada, and so they definitely have a very respected following, I guess, among those who are fashionably conscious. Maybe Jean Delaine can take some advice from these guys. Because, yeah, I don't understand the yellow... I really don't understand the yellow shorts. If those are shorts. I mean, I don't know what to make of that. Anyway, Jean Delaine.
If there's an ounce of compassion, your friend, I beg of you, retrieve for me the tools of my trade, for I am none other than Jean Delaine, the...
Okay, already. Calm down, you freak of nature.
Could this be... Yes! I can feel it! The light returns to my eyes! Power courses to my fingers! I live!
So you're probably wondering, what does all this have to do with the title of this particular quest? Well, we are about to soon find out. Yeah. A pair of shears and a comb.
As I live, this unspeakable embodiment of ugliness must die! Begone, foul demon!
Yeah, I think this... Yeah, wait! What are you doing with the shears? I gotta let go! Ah! And then... Whoa! Hair dyed and face paint.
And so I ask, how do you feel, madam?
Yeah, no glasses either.
Why, it's as if, but in a single magnificent moment, I have traveled beyond the void and returned to the life as the embodiment of all that is beautiful in this world. Could it be? Yes, it must. How else to explain such power? You are the one whose coming was foretold. You, yes, you are the aesthetician. In the flesh, madam, I am Chandelaine, crafter of coiffures, so divine that Nymphina herself doth begrudge my clientele their beauty. But let us speak of you, madam. From where a moment ago stood a fashion-challenged frump, there now stands a beauty reborn.
Yeah, he went there. A beauty reborn. And she couldn't be happier.
You're so vain. Oh God, not you too.
No, I'm fine with what I've got, thanks. She has green hair now like I do.
And you are the one that I must thank for reviving my soul, that I might once again bestow my gifts on a realm bereft of beauty, a kindness I tend to repay in full.
And so...
Do you fear that your own hairstyle is becoming passé? Fear the spectre of ugliness threatening to consume you? Fear not, friend, for it shall not survive my wrath.
I have a lance and I'm not afraid to use it! He didn't do anything. Yeah, like... Did you do anything? So, what exactly hit the floor?
As the madam before you, this very one we call home, form an abyss of unfathomable tramness, you shall rise anew. My clients have been known to make reservations moons, even years in advance, but you shall know no such troubles. No, for proving a staunch ally to good taste, when all others turned a blind eye, I gladly placed myself at your beck and call.
Yeah, that's right, this guy is essentially now your servant.
Yes, the next time you find yourself plagued by aesthetic ennui, you need only ring your summoning bell from the comfort of a room at any inn. Chandelaine shall hasten to the scene. Yes, in a flash the dreary, uninspired life you have hitherto known shall end. You shall travel to the realm beyond and return to us as...
Wait for it.
A beauty reborn! I give you this as a token of the trust between us. Treasure it, for it is the key to a world of aesthetic wonders ordinary men shall never know.
And, if you're playing as a female character, ordinary women. So yeah, he gives you that token. And so, off he goes.
Oh, Master Chandelaine, do come back, I've not made my next appointment!
Yeah, perhaps we could get rid of the face paint. Yeah, not really digging the butterfly face paint on a little Lalafell lady like her. But yeah, the challenge is completed. The task is done. And the hilariousness, the craziness, and the bizarreness, if that is even such a word, but whatever, I'm getting my Stephen Colbert on, is over. We get the 3,360 experience points, and we can get a free visit from Chandelaine. After that, it will then become, every time you want to continue to request his services, beyond the one free time, it will cost you 2,000 gil. So yeah, you better make it worth it, and you can pretty much change anything on your avatar. You can change their hair, you can change their eye color, you can give them face paints, that you can alter their face. You can pretty much do anything that you could do except change the gender of your character and also the race of your character. So that actually can be attributed to this, Fantasia. Legend states that any who drank this mysterious liquid before lying down for the evening will awaken a new man or woman, so it grants you a single opportunity to edit your appearance in the character creation screen upon your next login. but for some reason I tried to use it with my first avatar and I could never get it to work. So I don't know if they ever fixed this problem, but as far as I see, it's not that much of an issue. So anyway, what we now want to do is leave Limsa Lominsa. Actually, no, we don't yet. We do not want to leave yet, because there are two things that we could still do while we're here. And I am going the wrong way. I want to actually go back to Maelstrom. I want to go back to Maelstrom because... And why do I have my lance out? I don't need to have my lance out. There's no reason for me to have my lance out. That's rather silly. Anyway, run back over to Maelstrom, and when we do, we'll be able to unlock or start the process for unlocking a new challenge from Storm Commander Rashat Riki. This is the person who started setting us out on getting our Chocobo. So let's speak with Rashat. So she has a level 30 task entitled A Pup No Longer. And as it suggests, you can only get to this once you are experienced level 30. So Rashat Riki would have you begin your training in earnest. Oh, Sergeant Tessess, just the man I was hoping to see. Your exploits of late have been the talk of Limsa. Don't let this puff up your sails too much, but I've heard some of the higher-ups say that the Maelstrom will be lost at sea without you. Well, who knows, maybe I've even won the Admiral's good graces, and if I have, hey, that's great for me. But then again, Rashat, I'll bet you say that to every adventurer who's aligned with the Maelstrom and gets to this point. But I suspect you're not the type to rest on your laurels. Nay, the tempest raging in your eyes tells me you're looking for new waters to navigate. Fortunately, we have just the place for people like you. Have you perchance heard of the Wolves' Den? It is the proving ground of sorts established by the Eorzean Alliance, a place where the most promising of Grand Company recruits are sent to hone their skills. So yeah, as you can see, this place is not limited to just Maelstrom. Anyone from any Grand Company can come here, but of course you have to speak with your representative in the Grand Company before you can do this. The Wolves' Den is to be found just off of the shores of Lanosea. The ferry at Morabi Dry Docks in Lower Lanosea will grant you passage there. Upon your arrival, seek out Storm Captain Burkoya Lotolson. I've let him know that you'll be coming, so you can count on a warm welcome. Let me tell you from personal experience, that is a lie. Personal experience dictates that is a lie, so let's teleport to Morabi, because it's only going to cost me 85 gil to do so. So yeah, go to Morabi Dry Docks, and then from there we can make our way to our next destination. And we're not going to be staying around long, I'm just going to show you what happens when you go there. And yeah, so we're going back to the place where I showed off a few days ago the set of guild levies that you could do here. But in this instance, we're not interested in the guild levies, we want to go to the docks. So we're going to run down here, and we're going to speak with the individual that we need to speak to, the ferryman, and hopefully they can send us on our way to... Ah, yes, there you are. This skiff is bound for the Wolves' Den. Might you care to join us? Yes, I would, thank you. And so, off to the Wolves' Den Pier. So, as mentioned before by the Storm Commander, anyone can come here, if they are involved with the Grand Company first, and they are at least level 30. Of course, by default, you are required to join the Grand Company. Of course, joining a free company is entirely optional, but by forced plot, you are required to join a Grand Company. So anyway, here's the Wolves' Den. And this place also has an Aetheryte Crystal, so we are going to go ahead and attune to it since we are here. And yeah, since this is a place that belongs to Maelstrom officially, why don't we get Edie into his Maelstrom attire? Yeah, now he can fit in around here and look the part. Alright, yeah, here we can attune. I guess it really wouldn't have mattered where I stood, would it? So yes, off this direction. And as you can hear from the music, it's very intense, the music in this place. We want to speak to the Storm Captain. Yes, Brakoya Liltalson. Let's go about this big Rogadin talking to. So as I mentioned before, contrary to what Commander Rashat said, this guy is not going to give me a warm welcome. If anything, he will give me the full and absolute opposite. So now a demonstration before we get to talking on what happens here in Wolves' Den. You are essentially going to, if you ever choose to come here, you will be encouraged to participate in a head-to-head battle with another online gamer. So this is basically an opportunity for you to show off what you've obtained against an opponent. I don't know necessarily what the specifics are because I'm yet to engage in a one-on-one battle with an online gamer, but once you get to experience level 50 with the warrior class that you're at, or the magic class that you're at, you can then go party versus party like we just saw in the demonstration. But for the first part of the Wolves' Den, you go one-on-one. And I hope we are going to see a loading screen in a moment. Because, yeah, I did not see the loading screen appear. Okay, there we go. Now, I was getting a little worried for a moment. I don't recall seeing your ugly mug around here before. You say that Reiki Sensei. She said she was sending an adventurous, not some simpering sealouse. Bah! If I had known it was your sorry heart I'd be dealing with, I'd have spit on your recommendation papers and tossed them into the briny deep. But, much to my chagrin, you made it here in one piece. Yeah, this guy does not take very kindly to tenderfoots. This guy would certainly qualify as an excellent Marine drill sergeant. So listen up. This place they called Wolves' Den, but you're no wolf. No, you're the runt of the litter. A whimpering, drooling pup will be lucky to suckle one drop from your mom's teeth before your bigger siblings grab you by your neck and toss you aside to starve like the rush you are. Stand up straight, maggot! This ain't no place for the faint of heart, and I give your sorry ass till sundown before you run home with your tail between your legs crying for your mum. You're beyond help, but because I'm feeling so goddamn generous, I'll give it to you anyway. If you've learned to learn something, come back and I'll beat it into you good and proper. And next time you show your ugly mug, I want to see fangs! Dismissed! And so just like that, by getting an earful from this guy, we get over 5,500 experience points and 863 storm seals. And so, at any time, with the Wolves' Den now accessible, you can now go to the Duty Finder and you can enter the Wolves' Den at any time to engage in one-on-one opponent matchups against other online gamers, or at level 50, go party versus party. But we're done here. So, the next place I want to go is actually back to Limsa, because it is from Limsa that we will be able to move on to our next destination. And that next destination will involve us going to some new territory in La Noscea. My throat just will not clear today for some reason. I hope it's nothing to do with the fact that allergy season is starting to kick in, albeit later than usual this year. But yeah, the temperatures, all of a sudden, in recent days, they're getting up into the 60s now. They're expecting low 70s for tomorrow. At least the 70s in Fahrenheit for you guys in the States. So anyway, we want to... if I remember correctly, it's Zephyr Gate we go to. Yes, you go to Zephyr Gate to go to this next destination. Because we're not going to lower La Noscea now, we're going to middle La Noscea. And once here, we're going to summon my Chocobo. And so, where we want to go is actually quite a bit of distance. Yeah, we will be crossing Lower La Noscea again, but we'll be going in a different area of Lower La Noscea. Because for some reason, I don't know why, they like sectioning off points. They like to section the regions of La Noscea so that your only way to get to one place or another is to follow two entirely different paths. And I don't know why that is. But in any event, we want to come down here, I do believe. Because I do not believe we have made this trek over here yet. And, you know, if I can just get around there. So pass through Legrand checkpoint and into another section of Lower La Noscea, because yeah, if we use the Tempest Gate, we'd be in an entirely different section of Lower La Noscea, and that's not where we want to be. No, where we want to go is entirely different, because that other location would take us directly to Morabi Dry Docks, and we don't want to go there. Now we want to go through this area. So yeah, you can see there are quests that are going to be available. They're low level though, so if you started out here in Lim Salominsa, odds are you're going to be running into more than your fair share of quests around here that would be suitable to your experience level. So what we want to do is run down this way, head towards the south. And we want to run alongside the flower fields here. Because it is by going this direction that we will reach the location we want to be at. And it didn't take long, we've already achieved the task mapping the realm Lower La Noscea. So, now we're going to start going northward in order to get to where we need to go. And remember this place, the Grey Fleet, for later, because this is actually going to be an important location for a task that we're going to be doing later on in this Let's Play. Because, yeah, coming to Grey Fleet is actually an integral part of the storyline. But we have other things to take care of first before we even do that stuff. So now we're into Eastern La Noscea. So we want to follow this area called Bloodshore to get to our next location. And this next location, ooh, I see Apkalu, and these are on my hunting log for my Adventurers Guild. Or not my Adventurers Guild, but my Warriors Guild. So we might as well kill off 3 while I'm here. Makes sense, right? Yeah, we're gonna chop him down with the Skull of the Beast. I mean, he's not hitting me much. Alright, you're dead. Now it's your turn. Yeah, I'm still used to doing 2-hit combos now after going through my run yesterday in Halatali. Because, yeah, you get the True Thrust ability at level 26, and since that is beyond the experience level that you get synced at for Halatali, which is 23, there's no way you could use the True Thrust. Okay, back at it. Because I think it's either 3 or 4 that is required to complete this part of the hunting log, and if I remember correctly, it is 2-part hunting log. We'll know soon enough once I kill off enough enemies. Okay, yeah, it was only 3 that I needed. So yeah, 9,700 more points. Let's take a look at my hunting log, see what we got. So what's left? Okay, yeah, I had already completed the other part of that over a week ago, so all that's left is an enemy in Thanalin. Well, they're both in Thanalin. Alright, so yeah, next time we're in Thanalin, we can go ahead and complete that particular hunting log. We'll get through page 3, and then we can move on to page 4. So yes, it will not be long now before we get to where we need to be. There's a fate over there, but I'm not going to bother challenging it at this time. We want to go where that aetheryte crystal is. As it is here where we will find what we require. So at these torches is a gate to a brand new location where we can find guild levies and new levy quests. Welcome to Costa del Sol, not to be confused with Costa del Sol from Final Fantasy VII. And okay, I did not, how the heck did I get bucked off my chocobo? That is weird. Anyway, let's attune to the aetheryte here. So yeah, I'm going to bring the day of recording to a close because we're already coming up on 40 minutes now, so I can show off the various guild levies that can be done here at Costa del Sol another time. So that'll bring my stuff here for today to a close. So with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn, and when I join you again, we will see just what kind of guild levies we can experience here at Costa del Sol. So until next time everyone, this is Matthew at Navora Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.